Did anyone see that new blue gem in the game? Don't worry, nothing will change. This video is sponsored by Kivana. Kivana is a new trading site that deals with CSGO and Dota 2 items, but this one works a little bit different. My channel is mostly focused on investments, and this site is something that I am very interested in. You don't physically own the items that you buy on this site. Storage bots hold the items that you purchase, and there are advantages to this. Number 1 in my opinion would be no 15% Steam fee or other third-party site fee. This site doesn't have a fee currently, and after the beta ends will only have a 1% fee, which is substantially lower than Steam and other third-party sites. Another big one, depending on what you invest in, could be no inventory restrictions, as Steam has a 1,000 item limit, and it takes forever to move items in and out of storage units. It makes it really easy for moving large quantities of cases or stickers. Another thing that I've been wishing for in CS is having an easy way to track how many items you own, what their prices are, what their previous prices were, and Kivana has a nice portfolio with constant price updates, and it makes it very easy to track your investments. The site doesn't have every liquid item currently, but more items will be added in the future. If you would like to deposit on Kivana, you can deposit with Bitcoin or you can deposit with a credit card, and if you want to withdraw, you can withdraw with Bitcoin, and you can even withdraw with PayPal, which other third-party sites can't do. If you are interested in what Kivana has to offer, I have a referral code in the description that you can use. Good luck investing, boys. The Berries and Cherries is a new purple rarity skin from the new Control collection from the new Operation Broken Fang. The Berries and Cherries has the front of the gun red and the back of the gun blue. With the 1,000 different patterns, the distance that these two colors can stretch is all over the place. There's basically 3 sections to the 5.7, and the best pattern of both the blue and the red patterns will cover about 2.5 of the sections. With the blue covering over 2 sections of the gun, it's reminiscent of a blue gem pattern. I think the skin looks very nice in game, and I owned one during the beginning of the operation. It looks really good as a play skin. I understood that the prices could fall throughout the course of the operation and that the pattern might not be anything special, but I took a gamble and I bought one. I was able to buy one at market price, so the hope was that I could sell it for more than what I bought it for if people decide that this pattern deserves overpay, even if the market price drops. Soon after buying this skin, Zipple, who is one of the biggest CS traders and investors, came out with a video that mentioned the berries and cherries, and this is what he said about it.
Found out that these are actually kind of common to get. And just to show you a little bit of how this pattern works, it's essentially about 10 patterns that are just being replicated over and over on the 1,000 possible patterns.
Obviously, this would be very concerning if you were expecting to overpay for this skin, which I was, so I decided to take a look at all the patterns. It's not exactly 10 patterns being repeated, but I wouldn't call the full red or the full blue patterns exceptionally rare. After seeing this video, the market spiked because of the hype that buff caused, and I sold my nice blue gem pattern for more than what I bought it for, so I guess it worked out either way. Long story short, the blue and the red patterns will likely be very common by the end of the operation, and you'll probably get very low to zero overpay. Good to know, but if you have been following this skin, you probably knew that already. What about the investment potential that this skin has? Looking at the collection that this skin is from, it's from the Control collection, which has the Op Fade, which means there's a ton of trade up fuel floating around. This collection has been opened up the most out of any collection out of the 3 that are from the operation. Most likely, the purples, the blues, all that won't go up as much as you would see with the other collections. So in terms of just investing in the skin, I don't think the skin is anything special and I would not invest into it, because there are going to be thousands of these 5.7s out there. There are going to be more purples from this collection out of any other collection in the game. But what about investing in the patterns? So you have the full blue and you have the full red patterns, and those are pretty common. But what happens after the operation ends and none of these are being released anymore? I think it's fair to say that near the end of the operation there will be pretty much zero overpay for these different patterns. But in the future, let's say maybe looking 1 year into the future, if someone wants one of these full blue patterns, most of them are probably going to be snatched up. There's not going to be a whole lot of these skins on the market, and the people that have these full patterns are probably holding on to them. So here's how I see this blue gem thing working out. So right now, you can get a little bit of overpay for these skins, because there's not a whole lot of them around. Near the end of the operation, there's going to be thousands and thousands more of these 5.7s, Because of that, you're going to have a really hard time getting good overpay for these different patterns. But if we're looking after the operation, I think we get to a point where overpay starts to come back because no one's selling these skins anymore, and it's really hard to find these special patterns. So if you are someone who wants to buy a play skin that could also double as an investment, I think getting the full blue pattern of this skin and then selling it a year after the operation ends, when people are actually searching for these full blue patterns or full red patterns, you could actually get overpay for it. And because of that, I think this skin actually has investment potential. I think the regular berries and cherries has almost no investment potential, but if you do get one of the good patterns and you get it for a decent price right now, I do believe there is investment potential for this skin. I think during the end of the operation, I will be looking into buying one of these and seeing how that works out. I think there is potential long after the operation ends. If you agree or disagree with what I said, leave a comment. If you liked the video, leave a like on the video. And if you enjoy content like this, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.